What I'm going to be working on today is water change and checking water parameters. Hey guys, welcome to the bar channel where we're either building it, assembling it, repairing it, or just replacing it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you're a subscriber, thanks for coming back, and let's get this video started. So this is day 10, and what I notice is that my water is getting kind of murky. So I started adding additional filtration system in this stock tank, and I'll show you what I add. I'm doing daily checks of the water parameters and they're way out of range. So I've been doing 10 to 15 gallon water change daily and checking and keeping up with the chemical balance. So I've added additional filtration system to the system. So I picked up this filter box at Lowe's. It says it's good for about 500 gallons, and it came with that big filter for the big debris, a small finer filter, and it has some bio balls. I added those ceramic blocks and that pump just to get some circulation going and try to build up some good bacteria. So that's about a week into the process when I noticed my water was getting murky. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this out and replace all the filter and wash the big sponges. Once I got everything all cleaned out, I had some old air conditioned filter which I cut to fit, and I added that as a finer filter in the bottom, and I repack everything back in and cover it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to show you the sponge filter, the sponge air filter, which I added to boost filtration and boost growth of bacteria. Now I picked up this sponge filter which is supposed to be working good for building bacteria. It's from Amazon and it's got like 4 parts to it. I thought I could have dropped an air stone in here, but I don't see any way possible because of how it's constructed and the configuration. There's no way to drop an air stone. I would have to cut some pieces off on the inside so an air stone can fit. But as you can see, it's a large enough filter, so I cleaned that out, added that as another booster filtration. In addition, I added an air stone just to get some water circulating with the air moving around. Now let's move on to my canister filter. This is the first time I'm taking it apart after 10-day use. So let's see the condition of it once I open it up and see what the filtration is like. You want to be careful that you don't hit your UV bulb when you're pulling the top cover off. As you can see, I'm taking the stuff out one by one and trying to examine it. The way I see that this filter works is that the water goes down the hole you see and it comes back up from the bottom, because when I examined the filter, the bottom of the filters were all dirty. And this is 10 days of use, and look at the color of the water. You can basically see all the fish poop in the bottom of this filter, not on the top. So it's filtering from the bottom upwards. And look at the color and the condition of the water as I'm pouring it out from this canister. It's a lot of fish poop in there. So I guess this filter is really doing its job. It's just not adequate enough, or I don't have enough bacteria to control the ammonia and the nitrate in the system. As I mentioned before, I have well water, and my well water tested fine. So I can use my well water to wash out all the content of my canister. I'm gonna do a minimal rinse on the ceramic rings, but as far as the sponge, look at all that dirt that's on the filter sponge. Now that I got everything all cleaned out, let's repack this canister. You can see there's an orange sticker in the bottom. It'll show you where the round part goes for the UV light. You can see I added more of that air conditioned filter as a replacement for the bottom. I put my ceramic rings and my ceramic blocks. Those ceramic blocks I added as extra boost for bacteria growth. Now I'm going to proceed with doing my water change. I am changing 25% of the water here because of how bad this tank was. As you can see in the beginning of the video, all the parameters were way out of range. So I really had to devote the time to take care of this. And this is only 10 days of having these fishes. So I didn't expect this to be this much work initially, as these fishes are small and I'm only feeding them 1 tablespoon of floating sticks twice a day. And I've been substituting some fresh lettuce too with this feeding, just to keep the contaminants down. So now that I've got like 25% of the water out of this tub, and that 25% is like 25 gallons, since it's a 100-gallon, I'm gonna try to see how I can examine this fish, because I can see better to the bottom clearly. So once that's done, I'm gonna get this canister filter primed and loaded once I refill the water. So now I've got my water refilled. I'm gonna prime this canister filter. First you have to take some water and fill this canister up all the way. Otherwise you'll be pumping that blue handle forever to get water in there. So I fill it up to the top tray, and once that's filled to the top tray, I'm gonna start the priming process. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on this bar channel. Comment too if needed, let me know, provide some input. The only thing I notice about this canister filter is when you're opening it up, it creates a little bit of a mess, so you want to make sure that you have towels handy, because water falls out from these feeder hoses and from the top lid. Once I got everything back together, I pumped and primed the canister to make sure you can see that water is flowing through and exiting out back to the tank. Once you see that's happening, it'll be good to fire it up. Once it gets fired up, I put these extra ceramic rings in the bottom to boost some of the bacteria.